The nervous system is the system of nerves and nerve centers in an animal or human. This includes the brain, the spinal cord, and your nerves. It is the part of an animal or human that coordinates its actions by transmitting signals to and from different parts of the body. So all humans and multicellular animals do have a nervous system, except for sponges. The nervous system in a human is made up of two major divisions, the first one being the central nervous system. The central nervous system consists of the brain, the spinal cord, the sensory organs, and all of the nerves that connect these organs with the rest of the body. The sensory organs, so your sensory organs are your eyes, your ears, your sensory of touch, your sensory of smell, and your sensory of taste. Your spinal cord. So your spinal cord acts as a message pathway between the brain and the rest of the body. And your brain. So your brain can be divided into three main parts, the first one being the cerebrum, the second being the cerebellum, and the third being the brainstem. The cerebrum. So this is the largest part of the brain and is composed of right and left hemispheres. It performs higher functions like interpreting touch, vision, and hearing, as well as speech, emotions, learning, and fine control of movement. The second part of your brain is the cerebellum. So this receives information from the sensory systems, the spinal cord, and other parts of the brain and then regulates motor movements. The cerebellum coordinates voluntary movements such as posture, balance, coordination, and speech. The third part of the brain is your brainstem, so this includes the midbrain, the pons, and the medulla. It acts as a relay center connecting the cerebrum and the cerebellum to the spinal cord. It performs many automatic functions such as breathing, heart rate, body temperature, wake and sleep cycles, digestion, sneezing, coughing, vomiting, and swallowing. The third part of your nervous system would be your peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system connects the central nervous system to the rest of the body. The peripheral nervous system is made up of nerves, which consist of bundles of axons. Axons are the part of nerve cells, neurons, that is specialized for communications. So your nervous system has three general functions: a sensory function, an interpretive function, and a motor function. So the sensory nerves gather information from inside the body and the outside environment. The nerves then carry the information to the central nervous system. The sensory information brought to the central nervous system is then processed and interpreted. Motor nerves convey information from the central nervous system to the muscles and the glands of the body. As I mentioned earlier, all multicellular animals do have a nervous system except for sponges. So I will be comparing the nervous system of a frog with the human's nervous system. The two nervous systems are pretty similar because a frog does have a brain, it has a spinal cord, and it also has nerves. For the brain of a human, there are three main parts, but for a frog's brain, there are a few more parts, so there are 5 main parts of the brain. Another main difference would be that the human nervous system consists of 30 spinal nerves, whereas the frog's nervous system only consists of 10 spinal nerves. So those are the major differences between a frog's nervous system and a human's nervous system. So now I'm going to be discussing the different diseases that can affect the nervous system. So one of the main diseases that can affect the nervous system would be Alzheimer's disease. So what is Alzheimer's disease? So Alzheimer's disease is a progressive neurodegenerative disease that occurs when nerve cells in the brain slowly die. Alzheimer's disease destroys nerve connections in the brain, making it progressively more difficult to do ordinary things like move around, swallow, and feed yourself. While the disease devastates the brain, it does not kill you. Complications of the decline in brain function is what leads to death. So that is the end. Hope you learned a little bit about the nervous system.